We know our housing market is hot and our popularity is skyrocketing, so much so that a large number of buyers actually purchase a home remotely without ever seeing the property first. That takes a lot of trust in your real estate professional. Alexis Smith-Frady from Compass is here to tell us how it works. Great to see you, Alexis.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, you specialize in one of my favorite parts of the Suncoast, out on Anna Maria and Longboat Key. Tell us how the buyer profile there has changed.
Well, I've been selling real estate in the Suncoast for 9 years, and when I first started, most of our buyers were buying from another state, but they were coming here. So they would come here multiple times a year, and they would meet with a real estate professional, they'd walk through the property, and they'd find their second home or their soon-to-be retirement home. Now, our buyers are starting to look remotely, and they will start making offers without even seeing the home. So we're doing virtual showings, and we're making offers sight unseen. The difference is that they're now buying it for the next 5 years when they retire. So they're purchasing it maybe as an investment property to rent out currently, but then to eventually move into. So the demographic has changed, but it's still kind of the same end user buyer.
Right, and the price points have certainly changed as well. They've gotten very, very high, especially on beach property. How does that kind of reflect the type of buyers that are coming here? I mean, to be blunt, who has all the money right now? They're really expensive.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a nationwide question, because what I like to say is there's been a dissemination of wealth across the country. COVID has really allowed people to move out of the large cities and move their income to smaller suburban markets like our market. So our buyers, most of the ones that we see, are coming from the Northeast. They're coming from the upper Midwest, and we are now competing with Naples Market and West Palm Beach and Jupiter. So our market is starting to reflect the prices of those other areas.
Now, how does that impact the rest of us who are already here?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely squeezing us. We've seen inflation in everything, but honestly, these are buyers that are bringing business to our area. So they're providing jobs. They're moving their businesses from the Northeast and bringing them here, or they're starting new companies. So honestly, I see it as an economic benefit to our area.
Okay, now when someone wants to do this remotely, puts a lot of pressure on you. Yeah. How do you help them? What type of services can you provide to a remote buyer or a seller here who might be working with someone remote?
Well, first and foremost, we consider ourselves consultants instead of real estate agents. And because these purchases are much larger and the clients are that much more, how do you say, VIP, we want them to trust us, not just for this transaction, but future transactions. So we know that if we give the wrong impression of a property, they're not going to want to list that property with us or give us any other referral business down the road. So when we're looking at a property, we want to make sure that we're giving them the devil's advocate view. This is the things that are wrong, these are the things that are right, and if you're willing to take the risk, this is what your backside investment would look like. And that has really served us well, to where people do trust us to give us the accurate information, not just what we think they want to hear.
Right. What's the number one thing that, let's say, a remote buyer wants to know if they haven't seen the property and they're asking you?
Well, the type of buyers that we're working with are very discerning. So we can see a photo and say, oh my gosh, that house looks beautiful. But there's a certain type of construction style that you can't really see in a photo. You have to be there. So when we're doing our video walkthroughs or we're having a conversation, they're asking what type of cupboards are there, what type of countertops are there, how does it feel? And we can tell the difference between builder grade, semi-custom, and custom home. Quality.
Yeah, all right, so everybody was concerned with quality, which is a good thing. I think you made a really great point about how, even though the housing prices are tough right now, and it is squeezing those of us that are here and, you know, not allowing us to upgrade right now, but it's going to have benefits in the long run. What type of overall benefits do you feel that our popularity can have?
Well, tourism is Florida's #1 economic income stream. It's actually why we don't have income taxes, which is actually why we're bringing so many people in. Right. So I think the continued increase in tourism is only a benefit for businesses and other people. I do think that we need to work on our infrastructure to make sure that we can house all these people and we can let them drive through the streets without, you know, a lot of traffic. And I think that both counties are doing a good job on getting there. But overall, I think that this is a growth of our area. It's not like necessarily a bubble. We are transitioning into a different market in a different area.
All right, and what would you say to someone who's thinking about coming down here but sight unseen, make them feel a little bit better before they make that decision.
Yeah, and let me preface this. A lot of the people that are coming sight unseen have vacationed in our area for 10, 20, 40 years. They came with their grandparents when they had a place on Longboat. So we're not necessarily having to sell the area. It's really about knowing individual markets, whether it's Anna Maria or Longboat, whether they want to rent or not rent, what those restrictions are, if they're condos, those types of things. So it's educating them on the nuances of our different areas. I mean, although we're a small community, we are so diverse in the type of areas that you could purchase real estate. And depending on an individual's need, that can shift greatly.
Right. Well, certainly so much to consider for people who are both buying and selling, and a real estate professional, definitely a great accessory and a person to have on your side. To learn more about Alexis and her team and everything that they are doing for the Suncoast, you can go to luxurycoastallivingfl.com. We'll be right back.